All right, let's talk about training camp highlights from today, some standout players, injuries, who was filling in for Orlando Brown Jr. at left tackle, Travis Kelce getting a much-deserved raise, and much freaking more. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, aka the Red-Bearded Grasshopper. You like that? Or sometimes known as the Red-Bearded Bed Slayer, since I've been not well and basically working from bed, and I do news as often as I can about the Kansas City Chiefs, so make sure to sub if you're new, hit that like button if you're as stoked as I am that training camp is freaking here, and let's get into this video starting with this. My videos for now are going to be sometimes shorter and more simplified because right now, I can't put all the hours of effort I was previously putting into them before I started dealing with whatever the heck I'm dealing with right now with my body. So I figure a simple video is better than absolutely nothing, right? Can I get an amen? So I'm just going to adjust my expectations a bit and keep the main thing, which is keeping you all in the know with all the main stuff happening around Chiefs Kingdom. And first off is this: the Chiefs restructured tight end, the GOAT Travis Kelce's contract by moving money forward, but the total money and the years in the deal remain the same. Basically, he gets $3 million from future years moved into this year, per a source from Jeremy Fowler, including a $1 million base salary and $2 million in 53-man roster bonuses. This puts his overall pay at $10.5 million in 2022, still under contract until 2025 from original deal. So a bit of an interesting ordeal. He gets a raise this year, but no extension or money added on later. I don't know how that really helps the Chiefs cap space. I don't think it does. Either way, well freaking deserved because it's Travis Kelce and he is the legend. And from here, let's look at some training camp news, starting with a quick video first by KCSN that shows 4 guys receiving punts and 1 guy was missing from here that I thought we would be seeing. And the 4 guys that were there would be Skyy Moore, Corey Coleman, McCole Hardman, and Trent McDuffie, with the surprise guy not in that lineup being Isaiah Pacheco. He was getting some training in with the running backs, obviously, so that makes sense. But I've had the suspicion that one way Pacheco sees the active roster, if he's not running back 1, 2, or 3, which I don't think he will be at least right now, is via punt or kick returns on special teams. But hey, as of right now, nothing like that from Pacheco. It's worth taking a look at and seeing how things progress moving forward. And from here, I want to dive into some training camp notes from Matt Derrick of Chiefs Digest, in which he covers plays from today, injuries, recent transactions, and more, starting with this: the player who was filling in for Orlando Brown Jr. at left tackle, and Derrick notes it took 18 minutes into practice to answer the one major burning question: who would take the first reps at left tackle in the absence of Orlando Brown Jr.? And the answer was actually Roderick Johnson. I thought it was going to be Geron Christian, but right now it's Roderick Johnson. It wasn't a huge surprise after Johnson was productive there during the offseason program and the veteran minicamp in June. He was joined on the starting line by left guard Joe Thuney, center Creed Humphrey, right guard Trey Smith, and right tackle Andrew Wiley. So yeah, Johnson took the first reps at left tackle during training camp, but he likely won't be the only player filling in for the unsigned Brown. Andy Reid said in a recent presser that the team is going to keep rotating guys in and out because the more reps they can get with different players, the better. It's basically day one, so literally 0 is solidified here. And a little more info on Roderick Johnson is this: he's a 26-year-old from St. Louis who was a 5th-round draft pick out of Florida State for the Browns in 2017. I hate the word Browns right now. They are a mess. Anyway, he spent time with the Texans and Dolphins, playing in 29 games with 6 starts, with experience at both left and right tackle. He's been with the Chiefs since signing with the club's practice squad on January the 19th. And then the next most likely candidate is Geron Christian, a 5th-year player who entered the league from Louisville as a 3rd-round pick for Washington in 2018, another horrible team. He played in 38 games with 16 starts. He started 8 games at left tackle last season for the Houston "We are also horrible" Texans. It just keeps going, guys. Other potential candidates include Evan, good luck saying that last name, and David Steinmetz, 2 free agents signed by the Chiefs on Monday. Rookie Darian Kennard is also a potential candidate, although thus far the bulk of his work has been at right tackle. Andrew Wiley is another consideration, but he currently holds the number 1 spot at right tackle on the depth chart. And one player not expected to take reps at left tackle is Joe Thuney, who some people refer to as Joe Thuney. For whatever reason, he filled in there last season in Week 17 against Cincy when a pregame calf injury forced Brown out of the lineup. Reid says they know Thuney can play there if needed, but I don't think that is a likely scenario because Orlando Brown is going to be playing at left tackle. So why take Thuney from the spot he is best at and the spot he's already been training at all throughout training camp before Brown comes, whenever that is. Why mess up more players than you need to? You don't. Okay, moving on from left tackle, let's talk some 7-on-7 highlights. When the team moved into 7-on-7 work, Mahomes was joined by running back CEH, tight end Travis Kelce, and wide receivers MVS, Juju Smith-Schuster, and McCole Hardman. It wouldn't be a surprise if they were the team's starting lineup in week 1 in 11 personnel. The Chiefs call that zebra, nay zebra, with one running back and one tight end on the field. The first pass from Mahomes went to CEH out of the backfield, and let's pause here real quick. CEH is obviously off the PUP list and back and working in basically full capacity with a compression sleeve on his leg. We'll talk more about that later, but if you're like, what the heck is going on? He was just added to the PUP list yesterday and now he's practicing. I don't freaking know, but he's here. Anyway, mark this moment down, says Matt Derrick, as the point where it started, if this is the year Edwards-Helaire becomes the threat in the passing game the Chiefs hoped he would become. Now, the first pass broken up of camp went to rookie Joshua Williams, who got a hand in, to disrupt Mahomes' pass to Hardman down the right sideline. Williams is a player to watch in the camp. This is something to watch here, especially with Rashad Fenton still rehabbing his shoulder and other cornerback issues going on. We'll have to take note of that and see how it all plays out. Another person to watch is my perceived to be wide receiver 1 outside of the legend Travis Kelce, who of course isn't officially a receiver. Yeah. Anyway, the next guy from there to watch is, of course, Juju Smith-Schuster. Matt Derrick said that Smith-Schuster had a big day, hauling in 5 catches on 5 targets, including a diving circus catch over the shoulder on an adjustment to a deep sideline throw from Mahomes. And here's a couple angles of it for you all to see real quick. So yeah, shout out Chiefs media team and KCSN for those angles. Very nice freaking catch if you ask me, which gets me pumped up and excited to see more connections from these guys in the future. Many more to follow, I promise you that. If this was a real play though, let's be honest, Mahomes would have definitely been sacked, but that's okay. It's only training camp after all. Another person to talk about is rookie wide receiver Skyy Moore, who overall had a quiet/lackluster day. According to Matt Derrick, at least, he said rookie receiver Skyy Moore was shut out in 4 targets, but the lack of production wasn't all on him. Trent McDuffie had good coverage on 1 pass, and Henne airmailed, nice term, a throw in the team period. His best opportunity came against Baker in coverage, and it was unclear if it was a true drop by Moore or if Baker got his little mitt on it. So yeah, rough start for Skyy Moore thus far, but let's get all that out now, shall we? And then a couple more notes that I just found from Pete Sweeney on Arrowhead Pride. He said this: quieter first look for wide receiver Marquez Valdes-Scantling, who tipped up a ball on a rep in red zone work, yet later made up with a catch in 11-on-11. Then he said this about Cornell Powell: he stayed with a 3-second bobble to bring in a ball over the middle during 11-on-11. Welcome back, wide receiver Corey freaking Coleman, who fully extended in the back right of the end zone to catch a TD pass from QB Chad Henne as practice ended. And then the red zone portion of 7-on-7 drills produced the most excitement, with Justin Reid delivering his interception of Mahomes at the goal line. Mahomes exacted his revenge on the next play, connecting with Jerick McKinnon for a TD. So yeah, the odds are even, all that fun stuff. And also to keep your little eyes on, 2 rookies to watch regarding their positions are 7th round draft pick Najee Johnson and former Mississippi running back Geron Ealy. Johnson played primary safety at Marshall while also playing in the nickel, but he's working with cornerbacks right now, including on the outside. And then the 5'8" Ealy, what a tall man, worked with running backs during the offseason program, but so far is working with wide receivers since arriving with the rookies on Friday. So very interesting, worth noting. I said last night, I believe in my live stream, that having someone like Ealy on the practice squad could be beneficial, someone that could fill a running back role if needed or a wide receiver role. Handy. Then let's have a bit of a chat about injuries and all that fun stuff. Like I said earlier, CEH started training camp on the PUP list, but it was a short stay for Andy Reid's starting running back. Coach Reid had this to say about CEH being on the list: Clyde was put on PUP to finish his testing, and then he practiced today. So we just took him off it when he practiced. So okay, whatever that means. CEH seems to be fine. As Matt Derrick noted, Edwards-Helaire didn't appear to be limited on Wednesday, and Reid didn't identify any specific injury, but like I said before, he did wear a compression sleeve on his left leg, however. So we got to watch that just a little bit. And then everyone was freaking out when Frank Clark wasn't seen in attendance, but he appeared midway through the workout after a brief stretching period with an athletic trainer. He joined his teammates on the sideline with his helmet, but didn't appear to take any snaps. And this is what Coach Reid had to say about that. He was ill and came back down to practice. He had a test to do, came back, knocked that out. So there you have it. Don't know what it means. Not a good sign. as Frank Clark has struggled with health issues quite a bit here recently. Maybe even more than me, but we can neither confirm nor deny that. It's not a great way to start things out for Frank Clark, but hopefully all things are good and it's nothing major. Another thing to note, Frank could be seen after practice helping out rookie George Karlaftis, so you do love to see that. That might be the first time they've even worked together in any capacity, so love it. Matt Derrick also noted that cornerback L'Jarius Sneed went to the sidelines during team period and did not return. After spending time with the athletic trainer, he returned to the sideline and appeared eager to return to the field, but was held back with the Force, like Star Wars. Reid did not specify any issue with Sneed after practice, so the concern appears very low. And as far as those who did not practice, these aren't surprises really. Cornerback Rashad Fenton, right tackle Lucas Niang, and offensive lineman Prince Tega Wanogho, they remain on the PUP list and did, indeed, not practice today. From here, let's touch on a recent transaction that happened because today the Chiefs officially signed defensive end Azur Kamara, who was on the practice field wearing number 93. The 26-year-old Kamara entered the league as a UDFA from Kansas in 2020 and played in 9 games for the Dallas Cowboys last season, tallying 3 whole tackles. Playing primarily special teams, the Chiefs cleared space on the 90-man roster by waiving defensive tackle Cortez Broughton. I can never remember how to say his name if I'm going to be 100% with y'all. He failed a physical designation, and so the club placed Cortez on the PUP list opening camp on Tuesday. So goodbye to that man for now. And I wanted to note that I guess the Chiefs roster is supposedly technically listed at 91 players right now. And the reason for that, per Pete Sweeney of Arrowhead Pride, is this. Varying theories have been passed around about the 91 Chiefs players. The 91st player is Orlando Brown Jr. When he does sign his franchise tag, the Chiefs will need to say goodbye to someone else to make room. So that 91st spot is for Orlando Brown to sign his little tag. Then they will make room for him and tell someone else to go bye-bye. So that's good, I guess. And I also want to shout out the 400 or so of you that hung out all last night during my live stream. I was very, very encouraged by it. I mean that. Many of you dropped some just generous messages, comments, super chats, super thanks as well after the video. It was nuts. Just know this, I'm very grateful and I'm praying that I can get these health issues figured out so I can come back strong here on the channel when the season starts. That was the ultimate goal from the beginning and why I worked so freaking hard during the offseason to build up as much momentum as possible. Hopefully I'll bounce back quick, but until then, I want to shout out Peggy, who recognized me at the doctor's office today. I walked right in and she said, "Are you Redbeard?" I was like, yes. At first I was just like, she asking if I have a red beard? Yes, I do. But she goes, no, I watch your channel almost every day. So shout out to Peggy, wherever you are. Appreciate you. For everybody else, make sure to leave a bearded comment or a super thanks to potentially be featured in an upcoming vid. Like this vid if you haven't yet, and check out this video here. Woo! From All Chiefed Up that dropped earlier today. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?